In this video, I'm going to be covering Tae Geuk Pal Jang, the very first World Taekwondo and Kukkiwon black belt pattern. It represents Earth and it is the last of the Tae Geuk patterns. Before I get cracking with the sequences, there's just a few new things that I want to show you first of all. The first thing is back stance into long stance. Now there are 4 back stance into long stance movements as opposed to Tae Geuk Pal Jang, which has only got 2 and they're exactly the same. These 4 have got 2 that are exactly the same and 2 that are slightly different. So we go back stance into long stance in this way, okay? So the first movement I want you to get cracking with is this. Back stance, double guarding block, and then bring your hand back. Don't move anything else, just bring your hand back so that you can go into long stance reverse punch. So that's back stance, double guarding block, long stance, reverse punch. The second one I want you to do is very, very similar, but this time it's a double knife hand block. So go back stance, double knife hand block, pull your hand back, long stance, reverse punch. And finally, we have one that is quite peculiar because this is one of the only movements in all of the patterns that doesn't have a reaction hand. So we go as before, back stance, and now we've got single knife hand block. This time, this is where we don't have the reaction hand. We go long stance, reversing with elbow, and then follow it up, same hand back fist, and then we've got a punch. So from here, back stance, single knife hand block, reverse in with elbow, and back fist, and then finish with a punch. And those are the 4 movements that I want you to try and get the hang of before we move on to the next part of this video. The next thing that I want to show you is a new stance called diamond stance. Now, it looks exactly like long stance. Now, as you know, this is long stance, but now if you point your front foot to the corner of the room and also your back foot to the corner of the room and keep your legs in long stance position, that's diamond stance. So there is a transition point here. So what I want you to do is, first of all, let's do it this way so that you can follow with me. We're going into diamond stance like this, and then we're going to go past the back foot across, and we'll go into long stance like this. One more time. Diamond stance into long stance. So your back foot passes across. Let me show you this way. So we've got diamond stance like this, and then pass your back foot across, so you go into long stance. Then, let's go into diamond stance this way. This isn't part of the sequence, by the way. This is just so we can get the hang of the exercise, hang of the stance. So we go into diamond stance this way, pass your back foot across, and we go into long stance like this. Okay, try that a few times, and then you're ready to move on to developing that movement. Okay, great. So now let's move on to developing it. So we go into, let's go this way. So we're going into a diamond stance this way round, and then we're going to pass the back foot across, so we go into long stance. Now this front foot is going to pass across the back foot, and now we've got twist stance. And we're going to go into diamond stance this way, and then pass the back foot across, so we're into long stance this way. So the stance movement is, so we go diamond stance, long stance, twist stance, diamond stance, long stance. And this is all without the hands. So let's just get used to this movement first of all. So we go diamond stance, then long stance, then twist stance, diamond stance, and long stance. And try that a few more times before we move on to using the hands. So now we're ready to use the hands. This is a completely different block now, one that we're not used to before. This is called Wazantumaki, otherwise known as single wide hand open block. Okay, so we go outer block here and low block here, but we do it at the same time. So we go to here. Now let's transfer it into the exercise we've just done. So all you're going to do is go into diamond stance here. Now we've got a single wide hand open block. Now we're going to grab and push in for a reverse uppercut here. Now with the twist block, we prepare for the wide hand open block on the other side. Here, now we're looking in the direction of the high block, and now we go into the same movement on the other side. So let's go over that again. So from here to here, we're looking in the direction of the high outward block. And now we're going to pass through across into a reverse uppercut. Now the hands twist when your knuckle on this hand touches the sleeve. So that's a good time to twist your hands and push your hips in. And then twist stance and prepare at the same time, and same thing this way, okay? And now we're going to do exactly the same thing on this side. So practice that a few more times, and then you're ready to move on. If you've got this far, you'll have covered every single one of the exercises and drills that I've asked you to do. And now we're ready for the sequences. So the first sequence, back stance double guarding block, long stance reverse punch. And now we're going to do a jumping front kick, just like you would with a double turning kick, but it's a double jumping front kick. Key up on the second one, inward block, and then double punch. And then step forwards and punch. Okay, so that's the whole sequence for sequence one. So ready one more time. Back stance double guarding block, long stance reverse punch. Double jumping front kick. Inward block, double punch, and step forwards and punch. So sequence two is a sequence that you've already done. So let's go through that again. So we're going to go here. Make sure your right leg is bent and your left leg is straight. So basically the rule of thumb here is when you do the turn, when you go into the actual pattern itself, is that your bent arm is in line with your bent leg, your straight arm is in line with your straight leg. So from here, turn with reverse uppercut, and prepare, block, and turn. And that's sequence two. Once you've done that, we're ready to move on to sequence three. Sequence three is a T shape, but you're going backwards. So from here, you're going to bring your left leg forwards into back stance, double knife hand block. And this is the second one of back stances into long stances and long stance reverse punch. Front kick, step back, just a normal step back and a tight step back. So now you should have your left leg back, and we go into push palm block here, just one. And now you're going to bring this back foot up into tight stance to here. So from this position, load up, back, tight stance, double knife hand block. Lift up the front leg, that's the front kick, long stance reverse punch, and tiger stance, push palm block. Prepare for the next one, and tiger stance, double knife hand block, front kick, long stance reverse punch, and tiger stance, push palm block. So the whole thing looks like this. So practice that a few more times, and then we can move on to the final sequence. So in the final sequence, sequence number 4 of Tae Geuk Pal Jang, it begins a little bit like the beginning sequence, but it's not quite that. So we need to make sure that our right leg is forwards. Make sure that we go into back stance, double low guarding block, and then we go straight into the double kick. This time though, we go front kick, hold it there, and jumping front kick. And then long stance, inward block, double punch. That's where it's different. Let's do that again. So, right leg forwards, back stance, double low guarding block. Front kick, jumping front kick, inward block, double punch. Now that's not the end of it. Now we need to go into the last to back stance and long stance movements that we spoke about earlier. So we go. Back stance, single knife hand block. Long stance, reverse, inward elbow, back fist and punch. Back stance, single knife hand block. Long stance, reverse, inward elbow, back fist and punch. And then from here, haro. Now I'm going to talk to you about the transition from sequence 2 into sequence 3. It can be a little bit confusing at first, but I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. First of all, I need you to go into diamond stance, into single wide hand open block. Here. And then we're going to go into position, for this uppercut position, and then here, we're going to go through the whole sequence. Here. Okay. Now, you're pivoting off your back foot to go straight into sequence 3. So it's just a pivot. This leg comes all the way around to here. Okay? So from here, the uppercut to here. From the uppercut, load up and turn. Try that a few more times, and then you're definitely going to smash Tae Geuk Pal Jang. Sequence 1. Now, move into sequence 2. This is an 8-second count. Prepare and move. 8-second count again. Now, move into sequence 3. And into sequence 4. And finish aiming towards your front leg. So it's always left to right. I really hope that was informative and useful for you, especially if you're going for first pum or for first dan. Please do drop some comments below, and if you want to see any other videos, I'll be happy to share them with you. And don't forget, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, click like, and definitely hit the bell notification. I'll see you very soon.